Every June, like clockwork, the world is painted in rainbows. Logos change overnight. Brands drop pride-themed products. Social media floods with hashtags and heart emojis. But what if it's not just marketing? What if this isn't about visibility or support, but about ritual, power, and profit? Some believe these corporate pride campaigns are more than symbolic gestures, they're part of a yearly event known as the Corporate Rainbow Ritual. A conspiracy where logos become modern-day sigils, and rainbow-themed ads act as spiritual offerings to the gods of consumerism. A ritual not just for visibility, but for financial alchemy. Is it all just good branding? Or have corporations tapped into something ancient, something hidden in plain sight? Let's step behind the rainbow and find out. The ritual cycle, why every June? On the surface, June is Pride Month, a time to honor LGBTQ+ history, identity, and activism. But to conspiracy theorists, the timing isn't just political or cultural. It's ritualistic. According to the theory behind the so-called corporate rainbow ritual, the annual explosion of rainbow logos and branded support is part of a calculated, cyclical offering tied to deeper forces, both economic and esoteric. Believers point to the astrological significance of June, which falls under Gemini, the sign of duality, communication, and transformation. These qualities, they argue, align perfectly with the symbolic nature of pride and corporate messaging. Gemini represents both adaptability and ambiguity, two traits crucial for marketing, and, in occult belief systems, ideal for performing symbolic acts of transmutation in public view. Here's where it gets stranger. Proponents of the theory say this isn't random. They believe June has been chosen for its alignment with economic quarter cycles, ritual timing, and energetic flow. Much like ancient civilizations planned harvest festivals and sacrificial ceremonies based on celestial movements, modern corporations are believed to be participating in an invisible but powerful rite, the rainbow offering. Each year, as June begins, the ritual cycle is allegedly activated. Corporations release pride merchandise, change their logos to the rainbow, and fund campaigns meant to be seen by millions. These actions, conspiracy theorists claim, aren't just branding, they're symbolic acts of devotion, signaling allegiance to profit deities or higher forces that reward participation with favorable market outcomes. Supporters of this theory even point to curious stock market patterns. Some companies that go all in on pride campaigns reportedly see mid-year stock bumps, especially in industries like tech, fashion, and entertainment. To the true believers, this is no coincidence, it's the return on a ritual investment. Could June really be the modern equivalent of an economic solstice, where corporations perform their digital ceremonies before the altar of profit? Or is this just reading too deeply into the rhythms of capitalism? The logo spell, color magic, and brand sigils. To most people, a rainbow-themed corporate logo in June is just a gesture of inclusivity, a way for brands to show solidarity with the LGBTQ+ community. But according to the corporate rainbow ritual conspiracy, there's something far more arcane at play. These rainbow logos aren't just colorful redesigns, they're believed to be modern-day sigils, encoded with symbolic energy and used in a form of corporate color magic. This theory leans heavily on the ancient occult practice of sigilization, where symbols are crafted with intent and charged with meaning through repetition, emotion, and visibility. In the digital age, what better sigil than a global brand's logo? Broadcasted to billions, seen on apps, packaging, websites, and social feeds countless times a day? The conspiracy suggests that by overlaying these logos with the rainbow flag, companies are engaging in a ritual of mass activation, infusing their brands with the emotional and symbolic power of pride. Each color in the pride flag, according to the theory, plays a role in this enchantment. Red symbolizes life and sacrifice, used to invoke loyalty and emotional response. Orange stands for enthusiasm and stimulation, ideal for sales and consumer engagement. Yellow invokes energy and visibility, perfect for brand awareness. Green is tied to prosperity and financial growth. Blue signals trust and calm, important for corporate credibility. Violet is associated with spirit and transformation, often linked to esoteric or higher-level influence. When these colors are merged with a logo, theorists claim the symbol becomes a charged object, a kind of economic totem designed not just to attract attention, but to generate emotional resonance and even subconscious loyalty. It's not just support, it's symbolic sorcery. Some go further, suggesting that this kind of visual programming feeds into a collective energetic field. As consumers repeatedly see and engage with these rainbow-clad logos, they become part of the ritual, unknowingly contributing to a feedback loop of spiritual commerce, energy in, profit out. To conspiracy believers, this isn't accidental or harmless. It's the weaponization of visibility, a modern fusion of capitalism and mysticism where every click, like, or purchase is a tiny offering to the gods of marketing and money. Are these logos really infused with magical intent, or just clever PR? Sacrifice for profit, Pride campaigns as offerings. Every June, corporations roll out Pride-themed products, change their logos, and flood social media with rainbow-saturated messaging. But some conspiracy theorists argue this isn't just marketing, it's a ritual of symbolic sacrifice, where companies trade authenticity and public trust for something far more valuable, financial gain. According to the theory, this act of ritual sacrifice isn't about shedding blood, it's about offering brand identity on the altar of social tension. When companies launch Pride campaigns, they often walk a tightrope between inclusivity and controversy. They know they'll be accused of performative activism, that backlash is inevitable, and that some consumers will walk away. But they do it anyway. Why? Believers in the corporate rainbow ritual argue that this calculated risk is part of the ritual. The backlash, they claim, is not a flaw, it's a feature. The act of sacrifice, of taking a reputational hit, enduring boycotts, or sparking online outrage, is seen as a symbolic gesture to prove corporate devotion to profit gods or hidden elites. The pain of controversy, in this view, is the price paid for the real reward, an energetic and economic return. In ritual terms, this is known as a burn offering, where something of value is intentionally destroyed or risked to invoke power or blessing. In this case, what's burned is public goodwill, authenticity, or neutrality. Proponents of the theory point to patterns. Companies that go all in with flashy Pride campaigns sometimes see stock bumps, increased online engagement, or long-term consumer growth, even after initial controversy. This bounce-back effect is viewed as proof that the ritual works. The storm passes, the buzz dies down, but the attention lingers, and with it, profit. Some theorists even suggest that marketing departments are in on the ritual, understanding that each campaign must generate a certain level of emotional reaction, positive or negative, to complete the cycle. Whether it's rainbow-themed burgers, Pride-themed bank cards, or limited edition apparel, the product isn't just merchandise, it's the offering. In this light, Pride becomes not just a social cause, but a strategic sacrifice, a calculated play in a larger, possibly mystical, economic game. Is it just the cost of doing business in a divided world? Or are we watching a yearly ritual where controversy becomes currency? Conclusion: behind the rainbow curtain. On the surface, Pride campaigns may look like simple acts of corporate solidarity, colorful logos, feel-good ads, and limited edition merch. But to some, this annual flood of rainbows is not just about inclusion, it's about influence, intention, and ritual. The theory of the corporate rainbow ritual suggests that behind every Pride branded product lies a deeper game, a symbolic offering made not just to the LGBTQ community, but to the gods of profit, power, and perception. Whether it's timing campaigns with astrological cycles, embedding color-coded sigils into logos, or enduring backlash as a form of economic sacrifice, this theory paints a picture of corporate behavior that is as calculated as it is mysterious. Yet whether you see this as a wild theory or a poetic metaphor, it raises important questions. What truly drives corporate behavior? At what point does marketing become manipulation? And are we as consumers participating in rituals we don't even realize we are part of? In the end, the line between capitalism, symbolism, and cultural performance is thinner than we think. The rainbow may shine brightly in June, but what it reflects might depend entirely on how deeply you're willing to look.